right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Bwoyatingz podcast. Firstly, I must say, thank you so much for the support. I can't thank you enough, and I know that I kind of sound like a scratch record saying it, but believe me, I'm so grateful for the support and the love that you've all showed me. Remember, before I even get into the episode, just go and go follow Javi Unique Cars right now on Instagram, please, and thank you. You understand? Or, if you're a YouTuber and you're following Javi Unique Cars, just send me a screenshot in my DM and I'll give you a shout out on the next episode. Yeah? So remember, Javi Unique Cars, you can get 10% discount using the code Bwoyatingz, or you can go on their website at driveuniquecars.com to see all the vehicles that they have available. And don't forget, me keep on telling you, mobile people, or if you're coming from big foreign, you can just book it and the car can meet you in Montego Bay at the Sangsters International Airport. You understand? So no hassle free, and it's very affordable. So once again, that's Drive Unique Cars on Instagram or driveuniquecars.com. They're also on Facebook and Twitter. So go ahead, follow them, use the discount code, tell them so they know me, tell them to me, a friend, family, and lovers, whatever the case is, and I want to tell them, just go tell them, right? Now, to get into this episode, I'm always talking about, giving people flowers. And, oftentimes a lot of us are in whatever field. You're an athlete, you're in fashion, you're in entertainment and media, you're in music, whatever it is. And you might be putting out work. And we always try to give people credit, once they're no longer with us, unfortunately. So we have some special guests, and I can see the different cheers and my different things. We have some special guests here. They're the hosts of Nightly Fix, or The Fix now. And they're doing great things within the space of media. And I just decided that I'm going to share my space with them. Come on, we're going to talk about bigger things. And just speak about just media and being young people within the space and just creating good content, right? Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And comment below also, who you would love to see for the rest of the season. Once again, things from Karim Bwoyatingz. Let's get into the episode. All right, so as I've said in the introduction, we have the host of Nightly Fix, The Fix. They're no longer Nightly Fix, but The Fix. So I have Naro, we have Javi, and we have Ari. And you all might know them. Well, you must know them by now. They had a radio show on, my home now, New Start 93 FM. They also have, the podcast, similar things to Bwoyatingz, you understand? Without the extra taboo topics. But, I have to invite them here, share my space with them and all these things. Yay. So it should be a fun conversation. Mm-hmm. So I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about the contribution that you've made, in media and entertainment. Even if corporate people and everybody else are not telling them, I can't tell them. I'm a huge fan of the platform.
Thank you.
And you guys have been putting in the work, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, congratulations and all of that.
But
first things first is I want to know, want to leave New Stock before we get into anything else. Want to leave New Stock because you guys were doing well there, right? So what exactly happened? Naro, you can't answer this, Naro. Because Naro is the one who knows I can be honest. So you can't just answer.
Yeah, make sure you
Okay, diplomatically, we weren't seeing eye to eye, and
okay.
I mean, it was just best to part ways.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just not a relationship that was beneficial for both parts. Well, I think it was beneficial for one party, but
which is New Start.
Which was New Start,
okay.
But we weren't reaping the same benefits. So just
so basically, then we didn't ever get the money.
Yes.
They use the politically correct terms like it wasn't financially viable for us.
Right.
No, you're aware. Yeah. You are at New Stock. I don't know if it's the same thing. Maybe, it has changed dramatically since you've been there.
Wow, dramatically, wow.
Our friend Horace.
I want to get into that.
Shut up.
But then
you guys,
with the move, you guys also did a name change.
Yeah.
Did you have to do a name change, or was it on the company's thing? Or them asking if you change the name?
No, the name change it forward while we were there. It's just that there was a shift because usually we're on Thursday nights, 9 to 11 p.m. But then they approach us and going on. Yeah, they approach us about going on daily. Isn't it? What, 2:30 to 5? So I said, and it make no sense.
To be Nightly Fix.
Nightly Fix them time. So I said, let's just make the shift to The Fix them time there. So that's when that shift really happened.
Yeah.
So you guys were on daytime radio?
Yeah, we were.
For how long?
A year. One
Really?
year. One full year from April 2000 and it was 18
to 19.
Really?
Yeah.
Also, yeah.
How was the shift though from night radio to daytime radio? Because I know, night radio is more free and you can kind of talk, you can say whatever you want to say, but I know for my program, yeah.
No, but your own is from 8 to
11.
Yeah, so you still have broadcasting commission eyes. Oh, okay.
Yeah. You understand?
Like, I know they say 8 o'clock, they still have the eyes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But then to go on daytime radio though, like, did you water down the brand in a way, shape, or form, or was still just the fix being yourselves?
Not in my view.
Right.
Not in my view, because I think that they were looking for that which we brought at the nighttime to the daytime.
Right.
Yeah, even though we would get sometimes with certain things.
Because me just remember, we did say breast and the people are
called.
We have people listening in the factory.
From the factory, yeah.
We got kids here.
Kids at the factory.
Kids at the factory. What kids do at the factory?
Her kid was like 4 years old.
At the factory.
No, her child.
Oh, really? Right.
Yeah. Almost some sweatshop them did around.
Obviously.
Which factory?
That really.
And okay.
Which kid at which factory?
Well, you remember I said 2 o'clock, so they would have come after school.
Pick up
School
from
ends at
school.
2:30. 2:30 school done.
Yeah.
But
either way.
2 o'clock for so.
But
Them used to tell Ray, I would never use a business.
Right. But then, how did Night Fix even come about though? Like, how did that whole, team with all 3 of you guys and the synergy, came about in the first place? Were you media students?
No, well,
we are.
Well,
Okay.
yeah,
Oh,
they
yeah.
are. But the reason why I came is because I was working at Newstalk at the time. I went to UA, and I did psychology for my degree, and I was working at Newstalk to kind of get money to pay for my tuition.
All comes down to that.
It all comes down to money. So. And I was there and I was just saying, why isn't there a program that is geared specifically for the audience that is at the campus, which is mostly young people.
Yeah.
Because it really was, I was working as a production assistant for Jerry Small, straight up. He was there at the time.
Boss.
Right.
Yeah.
And then,
He's still there.
fresh, he came back.
Yeah.
And then you have Fresh Start. I was also working there, and I was just thinking the only program really I could think of that was geared for young people was Jimmy Q. His
right, yeah.
His
Big
program,
up Jimmy Q.
right?
Big up Jimmy Q.
Of course,
Man,
definitely. And I was just like, why isn't there more? Why isn't there more? And of course, being a lover of the Breakfast Club, which of course, yes, we are 100% admitting that we are inspired by the Breakfast Club as well as Sway Universe.
Yeah, man, I can actually see it now. Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Sway Universe, a bunch of other podcasts, and radio shows overseas. And I was just saying, I went to Miss Cheeseman at the time. It was general manager, and I was just like, "Hey, I have an idea." And she's like, "All right, pay me in 2 months." And we've never paid.
Wait, when it must pay she?
Yeah, like pay, not she, but pay the station. So, we have to, she gave us like 3 months to kind of find our footing, and then we'd have to produce, like give them money, like get the sponsors and whatever. So we were there and we were just saying, how are we gonna do this? So like for the first,
it's so laughable in comparison to film deal. That's
right.
You're right, because I'm like, wait, pay.
Right?
To be there.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Our contract was like, because I came to them with the idea. So it's not like they came to us. So it's like, well, you get your own sales and do your whole sales, and this is what we need, and this is what you need to produce, and blah. And funny enough, there was nothing in writing. She just said, and that was it, And I was in distress for the first 6 months, like stress the two of them out, because it's really the two of them first. Then she got off baby, and it was just like, I'm stressed. Like, what are we gonna do? We need show, we need money, we need this and that. And then at one point, Naro was just like, listen, if you keep on going somewhere, I'm leaving. I'm done. I don't need this. And I'm like, all right. you know, it is what it is. Like, let's enjoy it until the wheel fall off, really. So
it was really her idea, and she actually started as a producer. Like, she didn't want to be in front of the camera at all.
Yeah.
And she wanted us to be the host. And
because they, as I said, like, they were at UTech and they're BCAT, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, like, let's
But I never really know what BCAT mean, but okay, love
so
that.
communications, arts, and technology.
Okay,
Right.
okay.
Yeah, I always say it out, you know.
Right, she's like BCAT, and I'm like, all right, this is a fraternity.
I'm
like,
sorry, I'm
Bachelor
sorry.
of Arts, Communication Technology. Just say it.
Right, because I'm like, wait, what
And
is
we
this?
leave it so people say, wait,
You gotta
what?
be
Yeah.
very careful here.
Oh, BCAT, like BCAT.
See, like,
Wow, I'm slow. Wow,
I
sorry.
just got
Sorry.
it.
That's your brother said that in media and communication.
Right. But then,
see, like,
how was it though on radio? Because I can remember for the longest while that, you know, in radio is like Raga Shanti, Miss Kitty, maybe Barry G. I can't really recall nobody else who was really dominating radio like that. So how was it though? Like, you know, young people on the radio for the first time, I would assume, you know, being in that space and just creating authentically. How was that?
let me tell you, the first thing
It was fun.
but the first warning we get before we pick up a microphone and start the first night, we say, yo, don't be like Raga.
From
Johnson,
you
like,
start
don't,
people.
don't do a Raga though. I say,
Right.
we're not trying to be like Raga. You
Right.
see me? I gotta do our own thing. You see me? I gotta be a bit unfiltered, but to Raga used to do him thing. Like, we could even imagine that.
Nobody at all. Not even me. Right. Nobody at all. Yeah.
So from there, so we done did have a guideline and say, cool, but we just know what we wanted to do. At least we had an idea. And yeah, that's pretty, we'll just have fun with it.
Yeah.
Who was the first major guest though? Who was the first, like,
DeMarco.
really? And how was that?
Viral guest.
So
the first viral guest was DeMarco.
No.
Yo, mine had this Ricky Carty for me.
Yeah.
Alright, DeMarco was the first major guest.
Like major star. Yeah.
Star. Now I had this Camille neither.
Who's coming?
Oh, Davis. She's the actor.
Actress.
She and
Oh, yes.
Sexiness, you know.
Alright, yeah, man, yeah.
Plans tomorrow and
Yeah.
so don't decide.
Okay.
But yeah, the first major guest was probably DeMarco. The first interview of that probably they put upon the map little bit was Ricky Carty at the time.
Who's Ricky
Because-
Carty again?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did have a viral video.
Have sex.
How the song go again? It did raw.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Like, he did have sex with one girl in like one little cabin shop place. And I said, like we
I've never
invite
heard
you
of
on the
that.
show. Yeah. It must did see it at a certain, like it didn't run the place. It got on World Star at the time. And like it did blow up.
that picture there.
Yeah. If you sing the song.
You want to talk about oral sex? Not about oral sex?
No.
No?
in
Just having sex in a
just-
video.
Yeah.
He was having sex in the video?
Yeah. Pretty
Oh, wow.
much. Yeah.
So then he was your first guest. All right. So then you're just children, basically. Young youths that are trying to make it. You're just literally just trying. And then, bam, DeMarco came on the show. And then that episode went viral. What was that like, though? Like, what was that like saying, well, you know, a real celebrity then, right? A real, like a dancehall celebrity being on your show. How did you feel about that?
Feel good.
You feel good?
Yeah, I feel like it was like validation that we needed that, this is, we can do it. Because it was actually his PR at the time, Shadow, who reached out to us because we were trying to scramble and get guests. Say who won't come, who will forget and whatever. And, you know, it's just like, to have, first of all, him reach out to us and then say, hey, I have a whole repertoire of artists that you probably can, you can choose from. And then, you know, for DeMarco to want come on the show and to be so cool and relax and just gave us that
Were you guys
stamp of
nervous?
approval.
Were you nervous?
No.
Not really.
No.
Not really. As for certain interviews during that time, I can recall she being a
Like who though?
Beanie Man.
Okay, well, yes.
Lady Saw.
Lady Saw, you didn't
Yes.
nervous for.
Bounty.
No, you get in the groove. I think.
Yeah, by that time she get
By
it.
that time, but before. You know, some
did
people
it?
look for the picture.
A little.
You little? Nervous with it?
I think him take it off. Because I was looking for it too. Ricky got to take off him
okay.
video.
Probably have a little power star.
Yeah.
For the persons know, right? who are watching this and wants to go into media, tell them how hard it is.
Don't do it.
Please don't thank you. Do not do it. To even get guests, right? Even to reach out to people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is that like? Because first things first, my pride sometimes, I'm not reach out to nobody. Literally, this persona now is a complete different person from who I was before.
Mm-hmm.
So my old persona would have never been in a body DM and I say, oh, would you like to be a guest on my show?
Mm-hmm.
But then tell them also how demotivating it can be to reach out to people who might, one, maybe not even answer the DM or even open it in the first place. What is that like though?
I mean, I remember our conversation that we had during the whole, even in the beginning, is that you can't be afraid to put yourself out there. Like truly, you have to make an attempt. And I mean, as trivial and, reductive as this might sound, that the worst thing they can say is no. Yeah. Because truly, the worst thing them can say is no. Maybe they can say no and say,
Wait, somebody told you that before?
Well, not in asking to be a guest on the show.
But somebody did say that.
Of course.
But we'll get into that. But have you reached out though to like somebody and they've said like blatantly just straight out no? Or I don't think I want to. Or them that go around,
Go around. But our
no answer.
Our no answer. But our go on getting guests became very easy after a while.
Obviously, because now you guys...
that was easier than getting sponsors. The sponsors are really...
I guess I'm one reached the know. So then take us back on News Talk, having this wonderful show. Yeah. Everybody know of it now, This is where all the celebrity them go for interviews. How was it financially?
All right, so whenever they make a dime...
For how long?
For about a good 3-4 months.
Wow.
And then we start a little bit of funds from YouTube.
You
see me?
Has really been our savings.
If we go back to the goal guesting initially, or at least why things probably wasn't so rocky with getting guests, is that we had the backing, if you will, of a radio station that they're familiar with. You see me? You see me?
Yeah.
So it's like, them probably not familiar with we, but them familiar with News Talk.
Got the time News Talk was News Talk.
Yeah.
But after a while, them start far too.
Sometimes them they kind of mix up News Talk and Nation.
That's true.
I mean, this is happening with me.
But after a while,
this one, man, of course.
But after a while, I say, Nightly Fix radio station, and like all them that we should call News Talk and say, yo, I can get for Nightly Fix and all them things. So going back to the whole money thing, like, we never really did that so much. And like, we used to just make peanuts on YouTube because we just get started and just get things going and want to try, you see me? Figure out how to wrangle the beast and name YouTube and all these things, in addition to seeing how we can get sponsors. So, and the sponsors thing just never did work out. I took a time for any type of sponsor work.
Why is that though? Like sponsors and media, right? Because I would assume that you're on an actual radio station. It's not online radio. It's an actual radio station. When I have the views and I have the guests and I have the content and I have the personality, why was it so hard to get sponsorship?
Good question.
People who want to come in the media, please pay attention to this stuff. Because,
the thing is, all right, this is just me hypothesizing, and I guess, having the little conversations off air with people. It's just that they don't know how they're used to their way of doing things. They're used to their people. So it really, and what Malcolm Gladwell said, it's going to take 10 years to be an overnight success. And it's true, because you have to put in the name on it. So them know the Baraji, the Kitty, the Raga Shanti even, like, they know all these people and they're like, I know them, I know what they've done, I know what they're producing. That's fine. And of course you have to connect and hobnob and whatever. So the difference is just like, we just focus on producing the content and just trying to get the content out there. And we have this, I guess, fallacy thinking that once the work would be enough, but it's really not enough.
Definitely not.
And, I don't know, maybe Naro need to speak on it, but what we've learned is like, or even our own content sometimes came off as caustic. It, it's like, oh God, like
them people are mixed up.
So it's just, it's a difficult space to navigate. I'm going to say something and it's going to probably sound weird, but in this thing is like not what you know is who you know, and you have to have knob and connect, and we don't have the personality for that. Like we're in our own little world.
Yeah.
Like once we're on the podcast, that's it. Once we leave,
and that's it.
you can count how many places you see us, where you see us, because we're in our own little world. So
sometimes
maybe
come off as hype.
Right. And
the people them at New Stock.
Yeah, truly with us. It's not. It's like we love our own people, we love our own space. We try not to get into anybody's space. So it's not even like we think we're hype or we're better than nobody. It's just the less you're around people, the better it is.
That is factual.
So and you have to hobnob and you have to like
you have to network.
Yeah.
You definitely have to network. Believe me.
Yeah.
Who was like somebody that stood out to you guys that you reached out to and them say, yeah man, definitely?
Diddy.
I don't know. Yeah?
For me.
Why though? He's a Diddy fan.
I'm a Diddy fan. You see me, and when he actually farm, I say, yo, Diddy there, star.
Yeah.
Because me can remember as far back me day in high school, pre-UE,
Right.
I get in an argument with the youth.
Oh.
But I do and everything.
Yeah.
You see me? Diddy are the boss. You see me? Busy signal another body out. You see me?
Right.
Busy can't even afford bike. All them use make a full argument.
Like a
basically.
full argument to say
You
you're
see me? And then
brother.
we get for, since the man actually fought him, we can actually get for ask him questions.
Yeah.
Right.
That hasn't been away on my mind for years. You know, that one there was probably the first surreal one for me. I don't know one there.
What
I
about
think
you, Javi?
Bounty too.
Bounty.
Of course.
Bounty,
Yeah.
I was
That was
surprised
legendary.
when he actually came on the show. Like,
And then
what?
come and then not come, like just give us that legend. Like
Yeah.
there's not a day that don't pass. It's like, you know, get Bounty on the show. And I'm like, can you go and ask Bounty to come on the show?
And it was so good.
Yeah.
Like he did part 2. Like would have to come out of the studio and then do part 2. So him actually stay and him par and talk, and you know, it was really cool.
Drop gems on him something.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that you get the credit that you deserve in this space any at all? Because there's not a lot of media persons really in Jamaica, right? If we're going to be honest.
No.
And you know, I believe in finding your own lane and sticking to that. And that's why, you know, anyways. Yeah. You know, you find your own lane, right? But then it's always on stage and it's always ER. And, you know, Miss Kitty, big up yourself, Miss Kitty. But then people don't really call Night the Fix or the Fix. But you guys really have the content to prove for that. Like the same guest them where ER I get when I get them too. You understand? Like, so then what exactly you think happened? Like corporate people or just people, just conversations in general.
You're young people.
Brash.
I think that's one of the main things. Like them just see us as a bunch of kids. Yeah, so they don't take us seriously because they see that.
But honestly, I can't speak on this because I'm noticing it, that there's been a bit of a change lately. That though we may not get credit or validation in the eyes of, especially this one, in the eyes of like corporate and them people within the industry, people rate we. I see it and I feel it, like when I go up on the streets, when I go to events.
Sure.
Like whenever I go to like an album launch or anything involving like dance or reggae, at least 3 people are gonna come up to me and say, yo, that I respect what I do, keep on doing what I do. You see me? So to me, I feel like we are in some respects getting the credit that we deserve. At least a shift is happening. People actually acknowledge we. And I say, yo, the impact what we have on the culture. And
Do you think validation though is important? Like I was talking to somebody the other day, right? And I was saying that you're in your field, music, fashion, wherever, and right? And you're putting the work and the people them can see. And whenever have the awards or the conversations or the top 10 this or the top 10 that, and your name is not being mentioned, do you kind of feel, you know, some sort of way?
I don't, because as I said,
you don't really care about that.
I don't really care, but as I says, like, I don't know if it's because the type of mindset that me have, that I will always be grateful in everything.
Right.
So me always look for the good.
That's
because
true.
I do notice us being called up in those conversations.
Yes.
Where people say, oh, if I know the hospital show, as I call them, are the people that
Wait, what
on
is
the
hospital
stage.
show?
You know what I mean?
Wait, what is the hospital show?
Yes, you know the hospital show.
Wow!
Yeah, that's what I call them.
So I call him the hospital show.
Yeah, the hospital show.
Emergency
Why?
room.
The hospital show. Wow.
And the people that on the stage.
Please cut this out.
We call them some power platform all the time.
Right.
That's the part time.
Right.
Right? They must say if I know them, if I know the people them on the stage.
Right.
Oh no, you see me, sir, I'm hearing where we are mentioned and called in these conversations. I see it.
Yeah.
You see me, at least to the people them that I respect and the people them who I feel that validation and credit is most warranted from in my eyes.
Yeah.
It's true. I mean, honestly, I tell you the Ghana is true, Kareem. I love money. I don't really care about anything else.
But the money.
I want to be compensated. You don't got to give me no award. I can buy my own awards.
That is true.
I just want my money. Okay.
Right.
I work like 2 jobs in order to do it, and I'm looking a third. Like,
Now 95 on him, something like that?
I do.
Yeah?
Because I love money.
Oh, wow.
I've had 2 throughout the years while doing this.
Really?
Yeah, about 3 jobs.
How many things we can do it?
Awesome.
It's
I've
difficult.
done it
It's
too.
difficult.
Yeah,
Javi too.
I don't think I can
difficult.
work on 9 to 5 plus having, the platforms and, different things in your personal life and influencing and it's a bag of
It's
responsibility.
difficult, yeah. And
Yeah.
the thing is, as I say, like I always say, like nobody not mind me. Like I mean, literally, I have to figure it out. So I just want the money.
Yeah.
I don't really care about the validation. But as Naro points out, that truly, like people come up to me and say, "Yo, them like we or whatever." Even though in the beginning, if you pre the comment sometime, or any idiot come up and show.
Yeah.
No, them
But
still
no,
let
since
us
I've
say
been
them.
on, right?
Yeah.
But no, I've been on, I'm
Successful,
realizing, them actually kind of miss me. So,
Right.
like, sometimes the artists, of course, we rub them the wrong way. We know that. So,
I was about to ask you that now.
Yeah.
No, we're very opinionated, especially the one of us. Right? And I am very opinionated, right? So you see, because me know that, sometimes I stay away from certain things, right? Because I don't want to put my foot in my mouth and I guess come say, yo, me not fall on your show because, you understand? How does that work though? Like, really and truly.
you have
Like
to
the
figure
Spice
out
thing,
who-
Spice will never come on the show ever.
She may,
She may, I don't count it out.
Really?
Count it
Yeah,
out.
Just him that did it.
well, yeah.
And I think she
never
may.
know.
And I think because you never know, because you can't to say that she'll never come is to think that Spice will never grow or we will never grow.
Exactly.
And to say that, that's just reductive. And assume that people will never grow.
Or
I
get
think
over
so.
Things.
Yeah.
Because me, I don't hold grudges.
Yeah.
She kind of does.
I forever.
She hold grudges.
You hold grudges?
Forever.
Yeah, man, me
really
too,
hold grudge, like-
Yeah, man, some mistake too.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
forever.
I will
I don't
remember.
hate you and I will never do anything
Right,
to harm
but
you.
I'm going to remember.
But
No, I'm not going to remember.
So me not gonna
Yeah.
remember.
I'm not going to say all the grudge. It's
Yeah.
like who I was a member and is me probably guide my movements in
Right,
dealing with
yeah.
you. But
Yeah.
I'm not going to hold a grudge because
But how that work though? Like, when they're really opinionated, man, and they're really speaking their
Balance.
minds, and
And I think
then
you have
think
to
there's
know
a
who you're
balance.
servicing, like who you want to appeal to. Your audience who will always be there to support you through thick and thin, or
Facts.
these fickle artists who sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not so good, and they
a
always
majority of the
want
time they're not good.
exactly,
Yeah.
and them always want you to be them cheerleader. Like,
I'm not
are
going to
you
do
a
that.
cheerleader? Do you
You're
want
right.
your pom poms
Yeah.
and go
That's the
team
thing with
go?
Jamaican artists,
You
man,
have
them
to
too
know.
sensitive,
They
man.
are.
Like,
And
we're
I
not
mean-
disrespect you.
Yeah.
We're talking about what you're putting out,
Yeah.
right? So I talk about your music. I
Yeah.
don't know you personally, sir
Yeah.
or ma'am. You understand? But now come on the yard, come sleep. I'm talking about the album that you put out was trash.
Yeah.
And I'm going to respectfully say that, right? In media, it was a 4 to 10.
Yeah.
No, you got have me up now and say, well, I'm not going to play your show. Well,
They
too
don't
bad
want to
for you.
hear that.
The thing is,
Yeah.
and as I said, like as we say, you have to know who you're servicing, and two, you just have to understand. Say, I think Eric Kabadu say it the best. I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about them shit, and it's like when I get that myself, it's true, all right. And we're all human beings, like
Yes.
we all feel things, but you have to know what you sign up for, what your occupation is, and you're never going to not get criticized for what you do. Even people who not one regular job, like them have to sweep it up. Your supervisor, like I say, sweep up the corner goods. Like
Right,
you're
right.
always going to be open to criticism, but they don't get it because them have this God complex. I don't know why that thing say.
some of them.
Yeah, like
True
they're
facts,
above.
man.
But something I already said key,
Criticism.
you see me, about who you're servicing. Because
Yeah.
one thing we learn about even being on YouTube It's about growing and cultivating a community.
True.
Yeah.
You see, once you grow and cultivate a community there with a bag of people like-minded or just like you for the content we produce,
Right.
you'll always have a place on that platform at least, or any platform. But as long as you just grow a community of people, because at the end of the day, are them for real.
Yeah.
You see me, yeah, service and a cater to.
And
of
the
course, the relationship with the
artist
artist, them important. But
definitely.
at the end of the day, are the people them watch because one of the biggest reason why them watch is because
we say what they are saying.
Exactly.
Either on when them willing for type it on them computer
Them
and
think it.
or they're thinking it, and we just say it, we voice it. So it's like say yes, like I'm saying that, and if they don't agree with us, they say it all the time, and it's fine. And it's about being able to have different viewpoints and being able to have a discussion around it, because we don't all agree. We really don't all agree, and we have a conversation, spirited or not, but that's it.
And next thing to what unique about, sorry for cutting, you just say what channel. Next thing what unique about our situation is that we are in a unique situation where, unlike the hospital show and the people in
Shut up.
that where we not only speak to the artists, but we also give opinions on them, because when you pre them the show, you don't really see the host, really give opinions on certain things. They just, do them package
just an interview or whatever, right?
Exactly. While we know, like, sometimes we have to criticize them work or talk about the trouble what them getting in and
maybe a comment for themselves.
Exactly. And then when it come around to like talking to them, problems, because them approve of what we say about them and all.
I think the country is too small, because when you look overseas, you see where they're like with Wendy. Like Wendy Williams talk about everybody. But they go on the show because they realize, she talk about things, and somebody, I guess maybe them have A&R, them have managers or whatever, can say like, calm down, relax. This is the platform. She have like 18 million viewers. Like, get over yourself and just do the interview. You need people to see your project and promote it, and then just so you understand it's a business. Like, no one is saying that Wendy and Diddy are best friends,
right?
But
it's a business. It is a business.
It is. Some people sometimes she probably got too far. You can't say yeah or nay, and maybe we got too far. That's left to the person to decide. But once you realize that you're just coming to promote your thing, you want people to be aware of your project, whatever it is, and that's it. We don't need to be friends.
Yeah, you just leave.
Don't take it personal.
What was the most controversial episode for you? Was it the Spice incident?
It wasn't even an episode. Well, it was an episode. Well, most definitely. Between that and Killer.
Wait, what?
Because Killer did burn out some people still.
Like Aishana.
Well, yeah.
The
like
radio show,
like radio in general.
Really?
Yeah. Like
YouTube and radio.
Yeah, when the man's are YouTube and radio, you see man, like in burn out radio people, them wicked this song. Yeah, man. So, like, that did well controversial.
Yeah, me a job work.
But yeah.
Killer me hear your interview.
So all of them start blackball like female artists and all them things, the big stuff for the interview. But Spice, definitely, probably the most controversial. We get an little thing with it's kind of controversial, kind of go.
I go another color. You did the name for
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, Martin, can you report that name there?
Somebody don't like him.
Camera? Yeah.
No, somebody must like him.
Nobody don't like him.
Somebody
not
like
even
him.
one pitney like him.
No, somebody. God.
Not even son like him, brother.
We're glad to know we won.
Right?
Nobody likes him, bro. And because he inserts himself into like unnecessary things.
True.
And him just said things that, sir, you're not a YouTuber, you're not a vlogger, you're not in media.
He's a YouTuber now.
He's whatever. I don't know what he means, right? But him just feel like he must always say something about everything.
Yeah, that's kind of how we get in that.
Somebody said to me, say like, we forget what he is. He's a selector. So him always
He's
a
barely a
top.
selector.
Well.
Nobody's looking him for anything.
Well, boy, Gary said that. Like, his profession is a selector. So he talks often. So I'm like, well, okay.
We don't clout him already and put it in the past.
Yeah.
So I had Javi on my show, Alkaline's producer.
Oh.
And so he... Oh, well, yeah. So then he said, that Alkaline is is the best artist of our generation, dancehall artist. Do you believe that?
Right, it class. You mentioned Alkaline.
Oh, yeah,
We forgot to mention him in like one of the earlier interviews.
Yeah.
We're the reason why Alkaline do interview here no more. We are the reason.
So that's why we can't get... Okay.
Yeah, we are the reason. Like,
so that's why
I tell people all the
Alkaline...
time, like, that is the reason why.
That was the one over the phone?
Yeah.
Wait, what happened? What happened with that?
Funny story.
Yeah.
Yeah, whenever somebody said that. So, like, after we organize everything and say, yeah, my fault, it's like the night off.
You're so excited.
Like the time, because I say Alkaline, you see me? The time when him before we get a call, say, yo, you know, saying, video shoot and radiate him. And I say, John was star. So we vex.
Yeah.
You see me? So, we kind of take off heavy glove and say, all right, we're not going to put that youth there. So, what happened.
Yeah, we did a phone interview with him.
Over the phone interview, and we just ask him a bag of questions, whatever they do. Afraid for ask, and like, or him know about body wash and.
Wow! Hold on. What did he ask that?
Yeah. And like, him same learn it from a friend, if I remember correctly. I most like him see it from his friend.
Jesus Christ of mercy.
So from that, but sorry for bringing it up because me and the cacas them good.
But feel like, no, nobody not going to come to my show. Like, I just looking at this. I wonder if this was a good child.
You invited us.
Wow. Me never even...
I saw transfers of...
No, mama, I'm going to go watch that. I swear to God. Or maybe I did, I'm not even remember. But then, Javi said that Alkaline is the best dancehall artist from our generation. Do you think so? First Ari, then Javi, then...
Why me? I forgot first.
Yeah. First.
You first.
All right. Of the modern
era,
you can't deny the impact that he has had. He has created a lane in and of his own.
Yes.
He went against the grain. Like most people come in want to be a part of the camp. He went against the camp, the star, the biggest star in dancehall for my generation, which is Cartel. You know, and him just saying, I make an enemy out of everybody, and to be able to not only withstand that, persevere and to triumph over that, like to deny that, you're just a hater. And I'm no hater. Right. You know, while not every song I like, I'm not an Alkaline stan. I can agree or I can understand why Javi, ambassador, right?
Yeah, would say that.
Okay. Javi?
Yeah, I won't say that he's for sure the best, but
you'll be betraying her
massacre.
Oh yes. Some of our questions for you after that. Because
cracks them out.
I have a question for you after that as well.
Yeah, but Alkaline really put in work. He's definitely a good artist.
Is he in your top 3?
Could say that. Top 5.
Wow.
Javi have differing opinions.
And to see how him actually start, like how him come in the game, like with gimmicks, with the tattoo eye, and everybody's
people actually
like,
believe.
Yeah,
they wanted to tattoo their eyes.
Yeah, and people actually did that too. So
blind.
he was influencing people with that as well, and you know, to see how far he's actually now in the game. You know, it's fair. That's a fair comment from Javi.
Naro?
Well, if the people who watch the show and know, like, whenever I speak about this youth currently, I acknowledge that there's a bubble. This little bubble we call dancer. And right now, you can call him King Bubble. Why? Bubble boy.
What is wrong with you?
I mean, he's king of the bubble. I acknowledge that. I've been acknowledging, say, yo, he's king of the bubble right now because it take into consideration what I'm doing. The last album, the sales that it achieved, taking into consideration, say the youth do it independent, no major labor backing him and all them things that like you have to give the youth him props.
Yeah.
As you say, like him did kind of start at a deficit because people did take him as a gimmick. You see me, I always point to him and say, yo, that youth there's the anomaly.
Yeah.
You see me, I know everybody
Not
can do that, not the rule. You see me,
Right.
everybody can start out as gimmick and able to transcend that and people take,
like
take them serious.
Have talent.
Yeah, and in breakthrough and Yeah, like, as you rightly acknowledge, Ari say, Cartel are the king of our generation. And nobody can compare, God no. But for this generation, for this current time, you can't deny the youth. Say,
True.
yeah, him right
Okay.
now. Yeah.
Javi also said that of last year, Alkaline had the best album.
No.
And,
That's your Paul Walker, Vin Diesel. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Man.
No.
Yeah.
Wow. You know, I'm not gonna laugh because Alkaline, I'm an artist, you know. Listen, right.
Did you listen to 438?
I'm asking you guys a question.
We're asking the questions now.
Right. So you're saying that 438 was a better album?
Was
Yeah.
By far?
the best for the year.
Was the best for the year?
Yeah.
And
So
I'm
Spice
not
had an
a
album
props.
last year.
She did.
She did. Yeah, we know. We reviewed. It was a good album, but 438 I best album for last year.
Yeah,
So,
I was there too.
All right, so
And you can take it
438.
from me. I'm not a crack. But
Not a crack. Wow.
Yeah.
So 438,
Mm-hmm.
top prize, and 10. Yeah. In order.
438, top prize.
10.
Oh shit, I should even have said it like that.
Yeah, that's legit.
But that's how it is.
I think we give 10 a bigger score than overall.
But listen, on second listen, because I'm listening the second time, I prefer top prize.
So you gave
Yeah.
Spice's album more than...
Higher score than Alkaline.
Higher score than Alkaline.
Did we?
I
I not
think
even
so.
remember.
Okay.
I think we give like a 7.8 or 8 or something. We give
Out of 10?
Yeah, and then we give
Oh,
like,
wow,
like
love
a
that.
7 or something.
Oh. You got growth. I love the growth. I love that for you. What do you think about Shenseea? New thing.
What you say?
No. I'm sorry. I was, you know what? No. Wow.
Money part.
No.
Project,
In terms of the direction of her new sounds and the new look and the, you know, all of that and the conversations that have happened on
Do you like
social
it?
media. Ari, why you interviewing me for my own show? I don't understand this. When they come up on the fix for an interview, then they can answer them something. I'm not answering. Let me just say this.
We wanna know.
And I said this on the radio, I think up to last night, that I understand it. Right? I've, you know, marketing wise, I get it. Completely get it. I've never sent, like, I've never. All right, so I took a quick. I will come to that part there. All right. What was the first one? Okay, Shenseea. So
Yeah.
I was saying that it might be working because I saw her on Angie Martinez's show. I saw her on Jimmy Kimmel. I saw her on Sway, I think, and other, you know, interviews, and I think that she's doing great things.
So she's getting the promotion and the recognition.
And-
this is what she's supposed to
And
be
not
doing.
even recognition, but promotion.
The promotion.
Because the label do all
Yeah.
them things.
Yeah, the
That
label.
the
is
shade
another
room is
art.
posting her.
You think the
Yeah.
shade room posts her because
It's all
Ari,
in it.
stop questioning me.
it's not even you.
I true, like we have
just-
to ask these things.
Why
you
do
know,
you
like,
think the shade room
yeah.
is posting her?
And why you think
shade
Because
that-
of her talent. And they're seeing her.
Just all of a
Every
sudden,
sudden?
them just, let's push Shenseea.
Bro, like we've
You know what's the
taken.
when they send him the message? like,
Brother, you see-
the message.
you see when
they
it-
tell the producer, say, I'm going to wait till the end of the season, you know. Because,
Brother.
oh, I get more people on the
Brother,
show.
you see when you get that, you see when they get that little peek behind the curtain, you know
Right.
certain things. Guys,
No, I mean, I know. No. I know definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
No,
yeah.
and listen, let's cut all the shit. Like Shenseea is actually talented.
Very, very talented.
I think
Yeah.
that if if I was in her camp, I would say Shenseea, don't go too pop. No, don't do pop.
But I like the pop music,
No.
you know. I don't know if I'm me, though. Like, I like the
thing
poppy
is,
thing.
but if you're doing pop, you have to do it on the level of. You can't be a watered down Rihanna.
But what if
And
the
that
new
is-
album now has a mixture of poppy and dancehall and we don't know? And not poppy like popcorn.
Boy.
What
We
she
don't say that.
release now,
Right.
not really sure that.
Not really
still.
sure.
But
That
she's
because you have
pushing.
to pop.
But her
Like,
new
listen,
song
if
named
you go-
Deserve It is really nice. It is
nice.
I don't mind it. Yeah.
And the performance on Jimmy Kimmel was nice. It kind of look like Doja Cat.
Bro, the thing
But you
is.
see, you notice that you're comparing everybody.
Exactly.
Oops.
See that,
Nice.
Jaja, yo?
Leave it to Ari. Leave it to
Yeah,
Ari.
leave it to Ari. Yeah, that's what she now.
No, and the reason I said Doja Cat, I think that they have the same management, don't they?
I don't.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Are you
Yeah.
sure?
No, son.
I do the cat manager weekend. I do the cat manager.
Well, Sal is her manager, right?
Yeah.
And Sal manages Nicki Minaj, Ariana Grande the
Nicki
weekend.
Minaj isn't managed by anyone. She just released her.
Well, she was, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, brother, we've been over this like for several weeks now. Feel like we've been in alpha season for like a month now.
So what do you think that her album is going to do? Like, do you think that it's going to be well received or received well in terms of numbers, critically acclaimed?
I don't know. I don't know because as Madiaga said, like, feel like we've been in alpha season for like a month. And I've even said it on the podcast, is that it kind of unfortunate because she's going to be unfairly judged by a whole heap of people because them have this thing about her where they feel like she has been forced. Mm-hmm. And because them carry that now, that resentment, if you will, is like them don't really say the girl actually talented.
Yes.
So it's like them will just bypass everything what might be good from her and just say, no, it's a machine, a rummies, and money, and not really recognize, say, yo, the girl might be talented or she is talented. So the water them I get more they say, isn't me? So it's kind of unfortunate.
That beyond that is just what she's doing lately. I don't really like it because I love pop music, you know, because me listen to Britney Spears, it's Britney, bitch, like every day, okay? And I know that is the vein that she want doing, like Rihanna, like I know that is it. But you can't, if you're gonna do it, you have to commit to it. And a part of me, I think that deep down, she kind of doubt herself a little bit. And I hear, because you hear that, okay, like, have a little soca little thing with a little hip hop thing or get Meg on it. Like, you know, so it's just like a hodgepodge of try and what stick to the wall. And, you know, I don't think that Shenseea is coming through.
But she did say that she was experimenting with her sound and she was trying to experiment with,
trying.
You know, what she might like.
Yeah,
and what
you do
her
that.
fans
You
might
make sure
like.
you do that prior, not for your first debut album.
Right.
It is not the time to experiment because we all know that your debut album is what people are gonna is how you're going to cultivate your fans and say, well, okay, this is the kind of artist that I am. That's going to lead you to your sophomore effort. You experiment on your third album, not your first. Like, you don't do that.
It's rough because the people them over there, like them not like knock off.
They don't.
Them not like them ears say from Jamaica, they want to see some Jamaican. So like even when you bring up the Jimmy Kimmel performance, it's like them not see nothing dancer, nothing Jamaican. Like it just seem like try to be like Cardi B, try to be like Megan, try to be like a doll. Like she just look like one of the new doll, them the Asian, the Cuban, like you name it. She just look like one of them interchangeable woman them award the hip hop right now. Like from them ears say far from Jamaica, them overseas want to see something Jamaican boy.
Truly.
Because that's what they're used to. Them no want that product where it seems like say I try to do what them
if
do.
If it's something that you want.
Yeah, man, I'm on the replay and all that.
And then she was able to experiment. I never forget when L.A. Reid said, Beyonce prips her and said, look on she because them did do it and a Tia Marie
Tia Marie
style.
them did want to actually.
They gave it to her and then that was when she became Rihanna.
And I think when we bring up on the podcast what they had to say, what Barbados known for internationally?
Rihanna.
No, otherwise, what they known for?
Sun and sea and beach.
Exactly. It's like them not really know music, so it's like them could always take she and mold her and whatever because like, them don't really have an expectation for a girl from Barbados.
Yeah. That's true. That's a good point. All right, last question. Who's the queen of dancehall?
Yo.
His latest song.
He thought he was doing something, fam.
Yeah, I'm talking
No. I genuinely want to know.
Because I'm going to say something.
No, I genuinely want to.
Because me, I going to say something kind of sound contradictory, especially to the topic I just come off right now. But stats, right now, will point towards Shenseea. Because, you might not like certain things or share the musical, but like the stats, they're like the Billboard Spotify, accomplishments that she's accomplishing, like the 4 at one time is not Billboard 100, but she's chipping away at it and she had the things
What about spice?
brother, we don't talk about Shenseea.
Yeah.
So like, the Spotify, like she's the most played female artist on Spotify right now, and like when you see these stats, yes, Spice has the Grammy nomination. We can't just box that way. And yes, when it come on to that stage performance and them thing, they're like, you can't disregard that. But when it come on to like songs, singles, she's left a bit wanting. Bestie, sorry, bestie.
Spice. Oh.
Our besties now.
Listen to me. People, anybody I watch. Anything when them step on the show, yeah, we never agree, nor disagree. I am just the one asking the question.
Man,
You understand? Become a Kia, brother. Yeah.
That's Spice are besties.
My peanut that's all is something there, Nancy. What a bum.
Because nobody no get sample more
Sister
than she in
Nancy.
bomba music. And she
Remember that
really
Minister Hall is not the queen of dance.
Of course she is, but me not like how she a go on now. But you know,
So it's Minister Hall or it's
I've always held her as the queen.
No, about Marianne,
Is it me?
but
like right
Yeah, we don't know
now.
about Marianne, but
Right
like
now.
yeah, right now it won't seem like there's a transition.
Sister Nancy right now.
And the transition is to
You
Sister
know?
Nancy.
But people are laugh, you know. All right, let us know where we can follow you all individually and the night the fix things and the things them.
Kick it off now.
Follow me on Instagram at ARIHAMMOND.
And Twitter. Are you on
Me
Twitter?
not do them something
She not do the
there.
Twitters, isn't it?
Fuck.
Wow. Javi.
Yeah, follow me on Instagram at Just Javs and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Just Javs.
Okay.
See the EDOTNARO. That's E.Naro on Instagram and on the Twitters.
Okay.
With the people. I don't know, so you can follow us across all social media platforms at the Fix A. As a rapper, I will show them. You see me?
Yeah,
Plug everything.
Yeah.
And we are on. We have returned to radio, by the way, on our new show.
Oh yes. On the
Bridge
on
Night.
Bridge
Night.
FM.
Bridge.
There we go. And
Right.
our first airing is tomorrow night. We don't know when it's a
Well, this is not going to be out by then. So you're going to be on every day.
No.
No,
just
just Thursday.
Back to
Thursday.
Thursday nights.
Thursday nights, what?
9 to 10
p.m.
9 to 10.
Yeah, man.
And what we're going to talk about, just the same thing like the fix?
Pretty much. A little bit of different, flavor.
Yeah, we're
From
finding
the
footing
podcast.
again and
Yeah.
try to figure it out. It's
So
just
9
an
to
hour.
10.
Yeah, 9 to 10. So
And
yeah, I
every
mean,
Thursday night.
yeah, you're gonna get the same us. Like we're not gonna change. We're still, we get older, but we're still.
Probably a bit more, probably a bit more censored, of course. But if you don't want the uncensored shit, like the podcast, I got
Podcast
always
is
there.
there.
But I like what you're doing though. Before we go, I like
thank
what
you
you're
so
doing
much.
because again, like we wanted to touch, like we wanted to go there. But we realized we can't do that with every guest. So you find a guest who can
Go there.
touch those topics. I thought we were gonna talk about those stuff because I want to talk about some stuff.
Oh, that's half relief.
I'm kidding. But yeah, you've been doing
Man, thank you
good,
so much. I
yeah.
appreciate it.
Because our lineage, you see me? I feel like the lineage
Yeah.
and News Talker, you have, why I'm name I escape me right now.
Raga?
All right.
Raga, of course.
Understood.
And you see me, I'm doing thing and cultivate
Oh, yeah.
the audience. So Spider-Man jumping.
Martin always said the Spider-Man meme, like, all of us.
Oh, yeah. Well, about I said lineage.
Definitely,
So,
definitely,
pick up
definitely.
yourself. You see me?
Definitely. But, thank you guys so much. And I definitely wanted you guys here to talk about the contributions. And I'm really proud of, what you're doing and, being in the space of media and entertainment. And you guys are really doing it, And yeah, man, go under the door and I'll be watching and I'll be listening on the radio station. I'll let me know which one of the station they
99
Bridge
FM.
90, Bridge 99.
99 FM.
You can go on their website
Right.
as well, Bridge 99.
So it's every Thursday night, 9 to 10 p.m.
Thank
right?
you.
On
Yes.
Bridge 99 FM, and that's the fix. Yeah. So big up on
Yes, sir.
yourself and thank you so much for forwarding. Yeah,